Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to episode 29 of Europa Universalis IV as Venice. We're actually currently in a war against France. It is a war that Austria started. Was it a war that Austria started? Let's get this right. It was a war. It's the Holy Roman Intervention. Yeah, so Austria started this war against Cleves. France and Holland came in. I'm involved in it, but I'm not involved in it, if that makes any sense. Wow, Fazana actually on -1 stability. Great. So I'm pretty much just keeping out of this war, and I'm just going to let France get on with it. Free stability, yes, please. And the reason for that is I actually want Austria to become a little bit weaker and France to become a little bit stronger because I need to take stuff from Austria. It is going to happen at some point. We've already pretty much weakened the Ottomans. We've taken Constantinople from them. We have cut them in half, and I'm not opposed to going and taking more stuff from them in the future. I keep forgetting to fabricate claims. We're fabricating on Naples. It's taking forever because we've probably been caught. Let's go ahead and fabricate on the Ottomans. Do I want to fabricate and try and take stuff on the opposite side of the water? We could try and take Hundervendigar and take their capital from them again just to annoy them. I do want to take Morea down there though, so let's go and fabricate a claim. We either have a claim on it or we can't get it. We must already have a claim on it then. Let us go. Let's take Sofia actually. So get some of the provinces up here because it'll be easier to take this land and it'll be very, very easy to nick that from the Ottomans. So I don't need to worry too much about all of that. Hungary are getting eaten quite nicely as well. Hungary are getting eaten. Oh, I'm funny. Brittany's almost completely gone. Brittany just has a single province and a lot of that's been taken over by England. Persia, yes, you can have military access. I don't know who you're fighting against. Should have probably checked really. I don't know what they're up to. Probably the Ottomans. No. Oh, I don't know why you need access through me. Protect against the Ottomans. We've completed that quest. Awesome. Construct a grand fleet. Equal heavy ships equal or more than 20. Yeah, I'll do that. It's going to take a while because I've got no money, but I'll do that. I also want to build that fort in Hum as well, because it will give us some more army tradition. So we are going to have to save up a little bit. Not making a huge deal of money at the moment, because we've been sort of spending it on units. Now that we've actually finished that mission, though, that's a little bit better. So let's get some of these guys together. Do I have my fleet back? I don't think I have men down here anymore. No. We could go ahead and take these last two provinces, but there isn't really any point because our vassal still hasn't finished coring. Oh, he's only got one more core to do, actually. So I could actually go down here and take the fight to Dorado. Gain mercantilism for losing a bit of power? Sure. It's always worth having mercantilism. What's our mercantilism up to at the moment? 44%. Nice. Really helps out with our trade. Austria looks like they're merking up hard. Hard to tell if these are mercs or not. Can I tell if they're mercs? Not sure that it says, but Austria are merking up hard. They are unfortunately beating France. Well, yeah, Austria's winning, sadly. Oh well, France. I was relying on you, France. You've disappointed me. So yeah, we could actually go down here. Declare a war. Which would bring in Tunis and Morocco. That's not really an awful lot of... Well, as we say, it's no skin off my nose because I'd just be feeding it to my vassal. They are on negative stability, which is a little bit of a problem. But I think we're going to do it anyway, so let's go and start picking up some troops. We want to make sure that we've got relatively balanced stacks, though. So you are going to come over here. You're going to go down there. I'll probably take 2 stacks down there, just to be safe. And we want stacks with good leaders. You... See, the icon shows that it is cannon heavy. And it is cannon heavy. But it generally does work. As long as you don't lose too many in the front row, because then you end up with cannons in the back row. I might have to adjust that slightly and put less cannons in. I'll give it consideration. You, on one hand, need to have a leader, so let's do that. Let's put you on the boats. We'll go and drop you down here, insert. Hopefully the French don't have their fleet around here too much. So we're already in one war, which means we're getting war exhaustion and we're losing further. So we might as well use that as an opportunity to be in another war. We do have some Orthodox zealots. It's probably where we are converting. We're going to move you down to here. Yeah, I might trim back some of the artillery numbers in some of these stacks, or I might just go ahead and just give them, make them slightly bigger, give them like an extra 2 infantry. That's probably not a bad idea. So let's keep converting. So you're not a proper 20 stack. You're short on cannons. You've got no cavalry. Not going to do that right now. Do want to get that fort built. Can't quite afford it. Requires 184. There we go. That'll be one more fort. That'll help things out. It's lost us a little bit of money there, but that's fine. You are going to... Well, we don't need the other leader because we'll have one big stack down there. So you are going to get on the boats. And the boats are going to go and drop you off down here. And then we can go to war again, because that's what we do now. We're losing quite a lot of Republican tradition. That is not too bad. I mean, we're already at full stability, and our leader probably isn't going to be around for too much longer. He is already 68 years old, so I don't expect that we're going to have him too much longer. There we go. We've got 40k down here. We are going to move into this province. It'll be slightly more useful. We are going to... Do we really want to blockade with the galleys? Truce with Spain has ended. I think we'll leave the galleys down here for now. We will mothball the heavies. Apparently the heavies aren't even mothballed. Ah, that's right. I unmothballed the heavies in case France showed up. So let's get those guys down there. We'll wait until you're in place. Portugal, Naples, Spanish, Brazil. Although attacking Naples right now would be a really dumb idea. So we don't want to co-belligerize Tunis because that would bring in their allies. Are you still allied with the Ottomans? You are. So we will declare a war on you. We're not going to co-belligerize anybody. And it's over this province here, so that is fine. So what we're going to do... I say, don't tell me I can't move in there, because I know I can move into that province. So don't lie to me, game. So we'll get all of our ships together. So we're going to detach one to siege, move along. The problem is it detaches infantry, not cannons. Trading in wine, stability cost modifier. Don't really need that, but let's keep moving you guys up. Group you together, and that's quite a fleet you've got there. It is mainly lights though, and we do have heavy, so it doesn't really help you all of that much. And we'll keep moving up. We need to take that fort. It's only these provinces, these 4 provinces that they've got claims on. I might even be able to break up their alliance with the Ottomans, which wouldn't be a terrible idea. We do need to find their army. Where are you moving into? You're moving into Tatooine, which I find amazing because that is pretty much somewhere in Tunisia where the Tatooine scenes for Star Wars was actually filmed, but I never realised that there was a place in Tunisia called Tatooine. We'll move in here. That should be a relatively straightforward fight. Unfortunately, our guy arrived first. Well, actually, it wasn't unfortunately, but heretic regiments or local missionary strength in one place. We'll just take the lesser missionary strength. Maximum monarch power reached. Oh, look, you actually get a warning now when you reach your cap. I don't know how long I've been sitting at that. Military tech. We are 10 years ahead of time, so I guess we are doing some military development then. So let's go ahead and look at our development. Let's go and sort by cost, which we are. 206 manpower, 262, 350, 350. Just having a look down to see what sort of... Yeah, 350 seems about the top we can get. So 350, we'll do another one. 347 is close to 350. 350. 350. That should be fine for now. So we should win these battles down here fairly easily. They do have a lot more numbers than we do, but that should be okay. Of course, if we keep rolling zeros against 8s, it's not going to be okay. A 2 versus an 8. A 6. We're going to lose that battle. We won. Wow, only just. We got incredibly lucky on that last roll. Do we want to take the better relations over time? Or do we want to save up for the admin tech? Because we are quite a bit behind. I think we save for the tech. We don't have to worry about coring. We're going to be giving everything to our vassal. You guys just all group together. And we will go and siege Tatooine. No, we won't. We need to go and take the fort. Otherwise, it'll start to take this. But mind you, it won't have zone of control because it's a capital fort. It's not a proper fort, as it were. We do need to keep our eye on what's going on down there. We also need to keep our eye on here. Just make sure that France, Cleves and that lot doesn't decide that they're going to come and attack me. Because they may well do. Let's go and see if we can sort out some of these stacks, actually. Now then, what are my missionaries up to? Yeah, you don't have any missionary power at the moment, so you're not doing anything. So we'll cancel that one. You go and work on another province. That's fine. So it shouldn't take us too long to win this war. There's another conversion done. Keep working on all the ones that we can. I'd be tempted to take all of this and give it to Fazan, but they won't be able to core it all anyway. But taking a bit of the coast from Tunis is definitely going to be useful. I don't really want to start annulling alliances because I don't want Spain to take Morocco. But of course, we could probably try and annul Tunisia's alliance with the Ottomans. That wouldn't be a terrible idea. We should be able to get 100% siege on these guys quite quickly. That's not really going to be an issue. There we go. So let's go and take this province. I think what I'm actually going to do is consolidate. It'll get rid of some of our mercenaries and that'll save us quite a lot of money. Because we do want to start building up with some of our own manpower. Even though we don't have a huge amount of manpower, we do have some. So what have we got here then? Let's go and let's consider making our template a little bit different. Because I think the template that I have, I don't really like it. Don't know why it's made the same template twice there. So we're going to go ahead and delete both of those. So I think what we'll have is, instead of the standard 20, I think we'll call it a... We have 3 groups of 24, I suppose. So let's call it a standard 24. So we'll have 10 cannons, 2 cavalry, and then 12 infantry. So we've still got 14 in the front row and only 10 in the back. So we're not quite as cannon heavy. And of course, 5 cannons, 10 cannons, multiples of 5 are always good for sieges. So we're going for 12 to 10. That's the sort of build that we want. So what have we got here? So we need 12. So let's go ahead and let's get rid of some of these mercenaries, actually. Get rid of the cavalry as well. So we'll get rid of all those mercenaries there. So you want to be having 2 infantry less. And you want to have 2 cavalry and 3 more cannons. Again, just burning through our money and manpower, but we will recover from this. It's not too problematic. So these are the provinces we want. These 3 and this one. These are the ones that we've actually got, these guys have got claims on. You're moving into there. I'm going to move in to intercept. I do have the bigger army. Although there is a 19 stat there, but that's fine. What have we got here? Traders gain 20 influence, yearly Republican tradition, yearly, or gain... Well, we're already at max stability, so there's no point in taking that as an option. I think those guys have got to kind of... No, they did actually manage to reinforce there. I didn't think they were going to be able to do that. They are throwing the occasional extra handful of troops in. Of course, we're rolling terribly. 2 zeros in a row. National tax modifier, Republican tradition, Florence's opinion. Not bothered about Florence's opinion. We're actually going to lose this battle. We lost that battle. I'm very surprised at that. And we're retreating a long way away. That's fine. That's fine, game. Let's go ahead and bring over another group then. You are waiting on cannons, but it doesn't matter. You're needed, sir. They're going to try and take that back. They may succeed. But we are going to go and... Well, we'll just pick you up. And we'll drop you off down here. Should be able to get there before they win that siege. So technology is admin tech. Yep, we'll definitely take that. We're almost capped on Diplo. We're quite far ahead of time. We have a mission for extra missionary strength. So we will do that. So Diplo. Do I want to do anything with my Diplo? Inflation is admin. War exhaustion, I think, is Diplo. Don't have that much war exhaustion. I think it's development again. See, it's put the same template twice. Why is that? Why is it doubled it up? It's like it does your template and it does a double template. I don't understand. Development. So we want Diplo. Again, some of it isn't great. 0.6 is one of the highest I saw there. Because of salt. What about the trade good? What if we go for trade good? Doesn't do it in order of what's valuable. Cloth is worth 3.6 with a base price of 3. Grain's pretty cheap. 3. Wine. Salt. So cloth is probably our most expensive trade good right now. In Milan. Yeah, fine. We don't want to do Zagreb because, of course, it's distant overseas, so it's getting... well, it's not distant overseas, but it's got high autonomy. You have our really good leader. So I'm going to go and take that engagement. I'm going to change my mind on that engagement. These guys haven't even managed to retreat yet, but they've already got most of their morale back because of how far they've had to travel. So if you guys could be good enough to get back over here... I might have to go in there and engage. We've lost 50 admin power. That's unfortunate. Puts us in a negative. You guys just want to be out there blockading, which is going to help. We'll put you guys together and we'll sort all the armies out again after this war's over. Hopefully, I don't know how this war's going over here. Still looks like France is winning slightly, and I don't have a problem with that. As long as it's only Austria that loses stuff and not me. Wow. Oh, I was just about to say, don't tell me they got that back on a 0%, but they didn't. I could go and engage that, but it's very risky. I would really prefer it if these guys would get here first. Having the numbers would certainly help. Of course, I could go and jump... Well, that Tunisia have got a big stack coming in. So I'm going to go and back off before they arrive. Right, you're going to go and stand there, are you? You're going to move into here. Well, in fact, you can just move into Tripoli. You move into Tripoli. They might break their siege. Ah, some extra manpower. Nice. Now then, which leader do we have here? We want the guy that we have. He doesn't have any fire, but he has a hell of a lot of shock. We're still in the 1500s, so shock is still useful. Oh, no, we didn't commit to that. We're going to get here and attack this army. It is in desert. They have broken their siege. That's fine. They rolled a 9. Of course they did. We rolled a 0. Of course we did. They have managed to reinforce. Rolls are slightly in our favour. Is that our general that was leading the battle? Died during the battle. Thanks, game. Game really knows how to screw you over. Okay, so we are going to be putting our other general in charge. This is how the game basically turns around and goes, you know what? Screw you. That's what it does. It goes, screw you. So, we need another general. And he is a 3131. That's not bad. Would have preferred a bit more shock over fire, but it'll do. Need to try and take this thing back now. If we go and siege out Tunis, then we can separate piece Tunis out, which is not a bad idea. Looks like the war, the Holy Roman Intervention War, has once again turned and is going in our favour. And by our favour, I mean myself and Austria, which I don't really want to happen. Like I said, I'd actually like Austria to become a little bit weaker and France to become a little bit stronger. Tunisia do have a stack over there that we are going to be engaging them in dry lands with much superior numbers. And we're just going to roll zeros because apparently that's what we do as Venice. We might as well we'll detach a siege and we'll move the rest over here and take out Kef. Is it Kef? Yeah, Kef. And then we'll move into Tunis. And we can actually blockade Tunis and hopefully take that pretty quickly. So Kef has become under our occupation. We can't, funnily enough, can't move into that province. Let's just try and keep all of our units together then. So they've got some one stacks marching around, but they're not really going to be able to do an awful lot. They are going to try and unsiege some provinces, which is a little bit annoying. So with that in mind, I'm going to detach some sieges, and I'm just going to go around and quickly flatten these little stacks that they've got around. Cleves is trying to separate piece me out. I have no interest in that. You're going to move into there, are you? You do have slightly higher numbers than I. But I don't intend to let you take it back. Let's do a shift consolidate. Didn't quite manage it. We do have superior morale. We have superior tactics. We have superior morale. We've got the same discipline. We're actually seeing a unit from our march. I mean, what the hell? And we won that battle. This is costing us a lot in manpower again. Which is why we mainly use mercs. But we need our march to grow because our march is all kind of weak and sickly and doesn't ever really manage to do anything useful. So we need to try and build them up because it'll make them feel better. Oh, they're blockading me over there. How delightful. -1 local unrest or 1 stability and prestige. I'm at max stability anyway. We'll take the local unrest. We'll group you guys up, but we will be continuing in the next video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you're still enjoying EU4 as Venice. I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.